My name's Neil.
Hey, nice to meet you.
I'm one of the head organisers for the WTC.
Okay, very cool. Can you tell us where are you from?
So I'm from Scotland, but I live in Sweden.
Oh, okay.
So.
I was in Scotland for my holidays like a month ago. Yeah.
Right.
Can you describe maybe a bit more your role within the WTC?
Yeah. So previously I was I'm one of the organisers.
Okay.
Up until last year I was also the head referee.
Okay.
But I've moved aside because the event's become so big, so someone else is the head referee now. And I'm just focusing with Tom on organising the event. So I am officially the personnel manager.
Okay.
So I'm in charge of all the staff, all the referees, that kind of things.
Yeah. I guess there's a lot to do.
Yeah, there's a lot.
So what are the other existing roles within the volunteers?
Yeah, so we have obviously, like myself, Tom and Ishik are the three head TOs.
Okay.
We also have another group of about 5 or 6 people that are part of the event organisation team. And then beyond that we have the referee team, which is like 14 referees.
Okay.
Very referees from all over Europe. And then we have like some volunteers that help us as well with things. And then we obviously have the big stream team. We've got 5 different live streams from around Europe.
Yeah,
There's about 15, 20 people streaming for us as well.
Yeah.
It's a lot of people to coordinate.
So for today, what are you going to do?
Hopefully nothing.
Yeah, everything will go perfectly well.
If everything goes smoothly, then me and Tom have nothing to do.
Okay.
Because all the work has been done now.
Yeah. Good.
That's because it's taken, obviously yesterday we were here setting up all day, but like all weekend we've been organising things even before we came here. Yeah. And it's like thousands of hours in like preparation, a whole year. Like we spent the whole year planning and preparing, organising, changing our plans several times. And so it's like a second job.
And so you're a Warhammer 40k player yourself,
yes.
I guess? Yeah. In competitive play also?
Less competitive now, but still, I go to tournaments still.
Okay.
I used to be much more competitive when I was younger. Life, family, kids.
Sure. Yeah. You can't do everything.
Yeah.
Maybe you can tell us what is your favorite faction?
So right now I enjoy playing Chaos Knights.
Okay.
So
cool.
Big spiky robots.
Yeah. Do you support a specific team in the tournament? Yeah.
So Scotland, because I'm from Scotland,
sure.
Sweden, and anybody but England.
Yeah.
Whoever beats England, I support
Remember that. What do you like the most about the WTC and the event?
The community. Like we call this is the big family. Like there are people here who've been coming for 15, 20 years, and this is where we all meet every year. Like there are lifelong friends that we made here. You see them every year, and then new people join the family every year. So there's such a community here that it's like it was actually when COVID. There was no events for 2 years during COVID, and last year was the first event of the COVID, and you could see by the end of the event, everyone was crying, and it was like all the players, everyone was crying because like yes, we did this, we got to see each other again. So it is a community.
Yeah. I really love the community too. I'm a beginner at the hobby. Yeah. I started it 1 year ago, but I'm mind blown by the community. I think there's a lot of great people.
It is amazing.
It's very cool. Maybe you can explain us the history of the WTC?
So it used to be called the ETC, the European Team Championship. Okay. That started in 2007. And it grew from just Warhammer Fantasy to 40k to lots of game systems. But eventually it became kind of too big for itself. And so in 2019, the Warhammer 40k community voted, and 96% of all the teams, every team except 2, voted to go alone. So we left the ETC and we created the WTC.
Okay.
And this is our second year because of COVID. This is our second year.
Yeah. Cool. And do you have some objectives for the future?
Yes. More teams, more players, expand. To do that, we need to obviously look for sponsorship, look for investment to make it economically more accessible. We are here in Belgium next year, but after next year, we want to look maybe for a new venue, a new location. Okay. Again, can we find places that are accessible to people to travel to, but also accessible economically? Because there are many more teams in Europe that can come, but there are lots of teams outside of Europe that want to come. So helping if the cost is big. and just and again just improving how the event looks for the players, the experience for the players.
What would you say is the biggest challenge in organizing the WTC?
That all the organisers except one do not live in Belgium. Tom, he lives in Mechelen. I live in Sweden. Ishik lives in Turkey. We have organisers in Mexico, part of the crew is Mexico, Spain, Germany, England. Like we have France. We have organisers all over the world. So it's like we have to organise this huge event remotely. And coordinate it remotely is a big challenge there. Like logistics are just doing everything online all the time.
Was it different to prepare in the context of the 10th edition?
Yes, because everything changed and we had a very, very short time to fix everything and change everything. So that was a lot of work, a lot of stress. Thankfully for the rules side, we have a fantastic referee team and they just went all in on the rules, which allowed myself, a few other guys, Tom and I, to focus on the terrain, to make the terrain changes. So it's been very stressful. We've missed some things, we know we've missed some things, but we're happy with what we achieved in the short time we had.
If a nation wants to participate in the WTC, what does the nation have to do?
They have to contact us,
Yeah.
either via Facebook or via our Discord. Just get in touch and say, hey, I'm from Team Mongolia, we want to make Team Mongolia, and we'll talk to them. And we'll work out with them what they need to do to create a team.
Cool. And also, one personal question, who decides the official team of the nation for the WTC?
That's entirely down to the different nations.
Okay.
So for a lot of the new teams, like this year we have Israel, Cyprus, Bulgaria, South Africa, New Zealand. They're all new teams. So there's the kind of more like some guy went, I want to make a team.
Okay.
Who wants to come?
Yeah.
Okay, we've got enough guys. Let's go.
Yeah.
But then as teams develop, they start to create different processes to elect the captains, the teams. And yet this is like France, they obviously have the FEC and they have the Liga, where there's a structure of team leagues to decide the best team, to be the captain. In America, they do a lot of their selection based off players' rankings.
Okay.
Some teams, it's like if you apply to be in the team, and they have like Germany, they had a pool of 37 players who applied, and then through practice and through different they work that team down to the 8 through selection.
Okay.
So it's different processes, different teams. We allow teams to decide who they want, how to fit themselves. The only time we'd ever get involved is if we we think how say there's a guy who's the captain and he was only ever picking his best friends. It's well, this is not very fair.
Yeah.
So we encourage that the teams are fair and all teams have to publish openly how they choose their team. So if there's I pick my best friends, we're well, that's not very representative.
Okay,
but that's not been a problem, so.
Okay. And so one last question.
Yeah.
For what moment of the week are you the most excited about? What are you Is there a moment you are waiting for?
I'm waiting for, two.
Okay.
Thursday afternoon when all the teams arrive.
Okay.
Because it's you see all your friends, and it's pretty amazing because all the teams all have their own uniforms. So seeing 300 and something people with different with all the uniforms on looks amazing.
Okay.
And then also Sunday night after the event, because there's always a big party on Sunday night after everything finishes.
Okay, so thanks a lot for
thank you.
the time, and see you in the week.
Yeah, see you soon.
Yeah.
Bye.